Leave the World Behind, in case you don't know, haven't seen it, you live under a rock, is the top trending movie on Netflix right now. Just the title alone, Leave the World Behind, is a good piece of spiritual advice for all of us. But I want to point out a few pieces of spiritual messages for those of us with eyes to see and ears to hear, right? So the movie is about a cyber attack that shuts off the electricity, phone service, TV, internet service, etc. And the elites or higher ups are warned about it beforehand so that they could prepare and leave the country before it happens. Sounds just interesting, right? But what's more interesting to me is that it was produced by Barack and Michael Obama. And Barack actually helped write some of the script. So here's the header of an article from Fox News that says Hollywood director stunned after getting advice from Obama on directing the new film. Quote, Obama, having the experience he does have, was able to ground me a little bit on how things might unfold in reality, the director said. And he also said that it, quote, scared the F out of him. Right now, just for biblical reference, this is Revelation 13 and 18, and it's talking about the beast. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, meaning that the beast number is 666. Why is this important? Because in the opening scene of Leave the World Behind, in the bedroom of the main character, whose name is Amanda Sanford, there's a Sixers mug on the left, right? It is 6 o'clock. And then on the right-hand side, it shows a 6 showing on the other coffee mug. Now, maybe this is just a coincidence, but if you look up Amanda Sanford, again, the main character, in Gematria, it equals 666. Not to mention the movie was made by Esmail Corp, which also equals 666 in Gematria. Right? So if you know anything about the occultists, they like to give messages with numbers, right? Interestingly enough, number of a man, Barack Obama, which it says it is the number of a man in Revelation 13, talking about the beast. Number of a man, Barack Obama, also equals 666, but in Hebrew gematria. So it may all just be a big coincidence, right? But take a look at the main poster for the movie as well. Notice how the lines of words were lined up perfectly to say, I am Baal, right? Which is the name of a horned false god or idol from the days of old, which we know there's nothing new under the sun, that's associated with demons, the devil, Satan, idolatry in general, right? And it's probably also just a coincidence that they put the horned deer, just like the horned Baal, right under this, right? So here's a picture from one of the many scenes where they had the brother and sister characters standing next to each other, making their shirts to say, obey NASA, not so subtly. Many times you can see this in the movie, right? Which for those of you who don't know, NASA or Nasha in Hebrew means to beguile or to deceive, right? And we know the deceiver is also known as Satan, which if you flip around the letters in the NASA symbol, it actually says Satan. Go figure. Something else to take into account is that the movie, or in the movie, the Teslas, right? The self-driving cars all ended up malfunctioning and crashing, blocking off the city and almost killing the main characters, right? So I don't know. Maybe y'all think it's still a coincidence, right? But a few days later, Tesla actually, in real life, recalled almost all of its vehicles, around 2 million vehicles in the US, to fix the autopilot system, which was malfunctioning, right? May just be a whole bunch of coincidences, but also in the movie, one or multiple enemies of the United States attack the power grid in order to cut off power and cause mass chaos, right? And now just a few days later, you have on Fox News and other major news outlets saying America is under attack and that China hackers have infiltrated key U.S. services.
Post reveals hackers affiliated with China's People's Liberation Army have infiltrated critical services here in the U.S.
This infiltration appears to be part of a broader effort to insert chaos into our logistical systems. The information collected could then be weaponized if the U.S. and China were to become engaged directly in the Pacific. According to reporting from the Washington Post citing multiple U.S. and industry security officials, China's cyber army is invading critical U.S. services, like an attempt to break into the system behind Texas's independent power grid. Other victims include a water utility in Hawaii, a West Coast port, and at least one oil and gas.
Right, this is what you call predictive programming and desensitizing, right? So this is Amos 3 and 7. It says, surely the Most High God does nothing without revealing his plan to his servants, the prophets. So this rule applies on the left hand and the right hand to the good and the evil, meaning that they have to show their plan before they actually act it out. So for those of y'all with eyes to see, with ears to hear, it's time to turn back to the Most High God of the Bible and prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically. With that, I say all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, which is the name of the Father and the Son. The Paleo Hebrew tongue, it's time to repent. Shalom.